Hello, today I want to demonstrate how to make a delicious, easy to make cheesecake. Doesn't require any baking and its ingredients easily accessible through your supermarket. So let's start. What you need is 2 blocks of cream cheese. This is Philadelphia. They're 250 grams each, so I'm using 2 of them. That's 500 grams. You'll be needing some gelatin, and we've also got a can of condensed milk. That's 395 grams. Half a lemon, and for the topping we're going to use passionfruit pulp. If you've got fresh, better, but I don't have any fresh at the moment. For the base we're going to need butter. That's about half a cup, and hopefully unsalted would be preferable. And you've also got your biscuits, which you're going to use to make the base. Okay, let's get started and show how to start off with the base. I've already started preparing the biscuits, so it is a bit noisy, but I've already started. So you get them down to a crumb, and what we'll do now is we'll complete the process and add the butter to it to get it moist, so we can Okay, so have a look how the base has turned out. So it's pretty moist with the butter. What you need is something with a flat base. Now, this is one of my Greek brickies that I've got. And you just need to spread it evenly across your pan. You don't want this base to be too thick. And as long as you get it nice and even across the bottom, it doesn't have to be perfect. This will actually harden as you put it in a refrigerator. And you can also use a glass to do this, anything with a flat bottom. So this is pretty much all it takes to prepare it. The butter will cause it to solidify and become a bit harder, so when you cut it afterwards with the filling on top, it'll come out as a nice slice without crumbling. So that's pretty much it. What I'll do now is I'll put it inside the refrigerator, and we'll come back to prepare the filling. Okay, we're now going to start with the filling. This is the tasty part of it, which everyone loves. So what I've done is I've started cutting the cheese into smaller cubes, and the purpose of that is just to allow it to blend and break down easier once we start blitzing this. So I've just add them in there. Okay, we'll add the condensed milk. This condensed milk is very sweet. The cheese isn't sweet, so it actually does, this is where the sweetness comes from. And we also add some lemon juice, which I will in a second. And the lemon juice complements the flavor. It sort of balances it out, gives it a bit of tang. You can add other flavors if you like. Other people add chocolate, make different flavors, raspberry. But the lemon juice with the cheese filling is quite tasty enough, and the extra flavor comes from the topping, which is the passion fruit, but you can also use other toppings, and we'll talk about that later on. So add it all in. We'll start off with the filling is pretty smooth now, so this is an extra part that you've got to do to give it, to let it set. So this is gelatin. Now this is gelatin powder, so I actually put it in some warm water and just give it a stir. Now other people get it as sheets. You can also get it as in little packets, which again is powder similar to this. The warm water just helps it dissolve before I put it into the mixture. But this is an essential ingredient because it does get the filling to actually firm up. It gives it that nice texture. So that's pretty much it with the gelatin. Just pour it in. Okay, we will now empty this mixture. It's ready to come into the pan. So it's very smooth. Just a tip for everyone, do not throw this into the sink before your kid's partner, husband, wife finish off licking it, because this tastes delicious as it is. So what I'll do is let me just use the spatula. This stuff's like gold around here after I make it. Everyone's waiting and they get angry if I scoop too much off. Okay, let me just put that up here for them. And basically we just spread this out, so a nice spatula will do the trick. It's not too thick, so obviously you can put more filling if you want and just adjust the ingredients. But this depth, or at the width of the pan, this is a 26 centimeter spring pan, forms probably about a nice centimeter or so layer there. And the biscuit's quite thin as well, so the biscuit doesn't overpower the filling. And spread it out, just like the old days back at school doing your arts and crafts. And it will settle down on its own as it sits in the fridge. This will go into the refrigerator for about an hour. Longer the better, and we'll come back and show you how to put the filling, the topping. Okay, we're preparing the topping now. So all I've done is I've poured the ingredients of this passion fruit can into the jug, and I've added probably about half a teaspoon of gelatin here, so you don't need too much. I've dissolved it prior to adding it in, and that's just to allow it to firm up, otherwise it'll be dribbling everywhere when you cut it. But you know, you could let it set a bit more within the fridge, this topping, to not be as runny. But once it goes back in the refrigerator, it'll be, get these seeds nicely spread across. Now you can also use things like raspberry, coulis, nice, get it across the top, the whole part. Anything that you like as a topping. I like this because it's a bit sour and tangy and balances out the cheese. We'll be back when it's time to eat. So put it away, minimum probably an hour to let it set, and you'll see the final product. Okay, time for the taste test now. So as you can see, it is thin, but you can make it a bit thicker by putting it in a smaller pan. But we do like it thin because you actually get more pieces out of it. So the taste test. This is absolutely delicious. Give it a go. It's so easy to make, and your friends and your family will love it. Enjoy, subscribe, and watch my other videos as well. Thank you.